Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. This is Henry. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd. The time is around 1:30 a.m. GMT. Today we will be taking a look at the Australian dollar yen. This is a 60 minutes chart. Now I think for our purpose, this short-term view or short-term chart probably is not going to be as useful as understanding sort of the longer term direction. Okay, but I'm going to explain this from the shorter cycle first, then we can take a look and talk about or look at the longer term implication here. Okay, so shorter cycle is pretty simple. We have a 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now finishing up with 5. So that means we are getting kind of mature, right? The cycle is mature and we should be ending this 5 in the minor degree soon. And then once that is complete, you can expect a bigger 3S pullback, right? So that is pretty straightforward. Now, very short term, we could still see a little bit more upside to finish this with 5. This one looks a little bit too short to finish with 5, even though yes, of course, this can be your with 5 already here with a very short, with 5, and then starts to do a bigger pullback. Okay, so that will be the alternate. The message here is very simple. The cycle is mature. It can extend a little bit to the upside, but with 5 should be ending soon, and then we can get this pullback. That is the message here. Okay, but now if we look back in the larger time frame, so if I zoom out and let's say look at the daily time frame, now this is much more interesting. Okay, so you can see right here the low in the March 2020. This is the COVID-19 low, of course. When you have indices crash, yen pairs crash, everything crash, but it bottom here. Now look at this, we already make a new high recently above all the previous peak, right? So that means it could have already started the next leg up. So if you believe this rally here looks like an impulse to you, then that means there's a possibility. Let's say if this is with 1, let's say with A, whatever you want to call it, A or 1, that could be already your correction, right? That could be your entire correction, and then now it has started the next leg up. Now the alternate will be that this is still within the same cycle. So let's say if you want to call it 5 ways, so this is still within with 5 from the March 2020, right? But let's take a look at a couple of other yen pairs, okay, just to give an idea which one is more likely than the others. So if you take a look at the Canadian dollar yen, let's say, now you can see this also breaks to new high above all the previous peak. This is March 2020. Now you might still say, okay, well, this looks like you can still call it within the same cycle, that this is some kind of like a wave 5 maybe from the lows, right? But remember, wave 5 needs to have a divergence. The RSI still showing a divergence, but it's a little bit getting too strong right now, the latest move. Same with the Aussie yen. If you take a look at the RSI, also looks like getting a little too strong here in the RSI, you can see. But let's move on, take a look at other thing, euro yen, let's say. Right, so let's take a look at euro yen. Now you can see in the case of euro yen, this move down here is way too big here to be called like a wave 4, right? I mean, this distribution wise is suggesting this is really the correction of this rally from the March 2020, right? So let's say euro yen has not broken to new high, but let's say euro yen does break the new high. Now this euro yen here favors the idea that this is not with 5 from the March 2020. This is really a new bullish leg. Now if that is a new bullish leg, that means you can assume the Aussie yen and all the other yen pairs is also a new bullish leg. It's not really a wave 5 from the March 2020. Here is the pound yen almost breaking the new high. Now pound yen, yes, maybe you can argue still with 5 from the March 2020, since the pullback is pretty shallow. I think the euro yen at this point is the only yen pairs that suggests this is a correction. this is giving us a clue that this is not a wave 4 from here. It's too big, right? And it's too long. So if it breaks higher, then this is most likely already wave 3 or wave C, depending how you want to label this, right? So that means, yeah, so we can take a clue from the euro yen, even though it has not broken to new high, but this one looks impulsive. And also the idea that if you just take a look at the RSI, the momentum, it starts to get really strong here. And if we continue to go up, it looks to me it potentially can break and mix. The RSI can potentially break and show no divergence, and that tells you that this is not a wave 5 from March 2020 low. So if this is not wave 5, then what is it, right? So that means you need to come up with the count. Let's say this is like with A here, and this is your wave B, or you can call it this is your wave 5 here with A, and this is your wave B, something like that, right? And then it has started the new bullish leg, and that's kind of the conclusion that you make, right? Now, besides, you can see this rally here looks pretty impulsive to me, and also from here it looks like a 3 swing to me so far. So in my eyes, it doesn't look complete. So yes, in the shorter cycle, which again is not meaningful, is not helpful. A lot of people only look at the 15 minutes, 16 minutes, and have no idea whatsoever in the larger degree, right? Now this one, yes, it can extend a little bit higher in the LCN, but it is getting close to finish with 5. And that means what that means simply is that this cycle might be finished soon. This one, right? This one can finish at any moment, no doubt about it. That doesn't mean it is bearish. A lot of people don't understand all the different time frame and so on. It doesn't mean it is bearish. It is bullish. It keeps making new high here. Look and see this in the daily, right? So yes, we can be ending soon. The cycles mature, yes, and we can get a pullback, yes, but the pullback should continue to find support. So the pullback, if you believe the trend is bullish, pullback will always be in 3 waves or 3 swing. C equal to A, Y equal W, right? Or 7 swing. WXY is a 7 swing. So that means any subsequent pullback down the road is going to become a buying dips opportunity, right? It's as simple as that. So you don't want to trade every single side. You don't want to pick the top, right? And picking the top is always a losing proposition against the trend. And we are trend traders, right? We are trend traders. We don't like picking the top. You don't even know what the stop loss is. Picking the, there's nothing here, nothing above, right? So yeah, so that is basically the idea that ASEAN might have already started a new bullish leg based on the momentum and based on the other yen pairs, right? Euro yen especially. And shorter cycle, we can see a little bit more upside, but it can get quite risky at this point to keep chasing because this cycle is kind of mature. We might get a pullback sooner or later, but that pullback is going to become an opportunity down the road. Now the pullback doesn't need, the pullback can be like a decent pullback like this. So from, let's say, from 90 becoming 84, so some people that's like super bearish, 500 pips, 600 pips, right? But if you look at the daily, a 500 pips move lower is not what I call a super bearish market, right? It is just a pullback, and then from there we can extend higher again afterwards. Okay, so that's the update here for today. And as always, if you want to get regular updates on Forex, commodities, indices, we do have free trial, 14 days trial, and the link is provided in the description of the video. So I'll see you all again next time, and have a nice day, everyone.